Hello everyone. I am so happy to see you again. Christmas is around the corner and I cannot wait to share holiday recipes and decorating ideas with you. Today we are going to shop for a Christmas tree. And because the tree will be placed here in the parlor, we need to clean the room from top to bottom. Also, I want to take a walk in the garden to look for greens that we can use for mantel swags and maybe even a staircase garland. But before we do anything, I want to get cracking on some cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls are one of my favorite holiday treats. So let's head into the kitchen. All right, I have all of my cinnamon roll ingredients laid out. Now these particular rolls also contain pumpkin and pumpkin spice. They are super delicious. And you start with a half cup or 120 mils of warm water. This water is about 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius. And then a half cup or 120 mils of warm milk and 2.25 teaspoons of active dry yeast. If you know your yeast is good, you do not have to proof it first. I know this yeast is very fresh. I'm going to give this a quick mix. Then whisk in 1/3 cup, or about 67 grams, of granulated sugar, 1 large egg, 1/3 cup, or 75 grams, of softened butter. My butter is a little too soft, but that's okay. 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using kosher salt. 3/4 cup, or about 160 grams, of pure pumpkin puree. This is canned puree. 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice. Yum. And 540 grams, or about 4 cups of scooped and leveled all-purpose or plain flour. Just pour that right in. Now, this dough is very easy to knead by hand, but to save time today, I'm going to use my stand mixer. And I'm going to knead the dough until it becomes smooth and elastic. That will take really only 4 to 5 minutes. Cinnamon rolls are a Christmas tradition for me. My mother always served them on Christmas morning. These rolls are even more interesting than the regular cinnamon rolls because of the pumpkin and pumpkin pie spice they contain. In the comments below, let me know if you have a favorite food that you were served on Christmas morning. All right, I think the dough is ready. This dough has a fabulous scent. Now I'm going to transfer this to a lightly greased work surface. Scrape it out. I'm getting hungry already. Then I'm going to lightly spray my hands. This is just vegetable spray. And I'm going to gather the dough into a ball. You just fold the ends of the dough under, so you create surface tension. And then you can either wash out and dry the original mixing bowl, or to save time, just grab a fresh bowl, as I'm going to do. Lightly grease the bowl. Put the dough in the bowl, smooth side down, then flip it to grease the other side. and then cover the bowl with a damp towel, and then put the bowl in a warm location until it doubles in volume. That will take, from 90 minutes to 2 hours. I'm going to put my dough in the proofing oven. The oven is heated to 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius. I'm going to clean up my workstation, and then while the dough is rising, we can shop for the 2023 Christmas tree.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
We are at the Berry Farm in Chatham, New York. The owner, Joe Gilbert, has informed me that I am the first Christmas tree customer of the season. No surprise, as today is 2 days before the Thanksgiving holiday. I selected a 9-foot balsam fir for the parlor. It is a very fragrant tree. Joe told me that he can deliver the tree later this afternoon. I can't wait. We got our 2023 tree. It's a balsam. I think it's beautiful. Let's head back to the house to check on the cinnamon roll dough. We are home again. I just checked on the cinnamon roll dough and it's still rising. So let's head outside and take an inventory of the greens we can use for a mantle swag. We are looking for branches and boughs in the garden that can be turned into evergreen garlands for the staircase and the fireplace mantles. This boxwood is a good choice, and I certainly have enough of it. To create lush volume for the garlands, I can incorporate branches from this upright yew. I can also employ some lacy green boughs from this thuja green giant. Stems of holly that are now covered in bright red berries are an absolute must for a garland. And I can use a multitude of these miniature pine cones for brown accent. It looks like we can make our holiday decorations practically for free. In my book, that's a big win. The dough is ready, so now I'm greasing the bottom and sides of 2 9-inch diameter cake pans. And I'm being very generous with the butter. And then sprinkle each pan with about a tablespoon of regular granulated sugar. And then tap the sides of the pan to disperse the sugar all along the bottom. You need not sugar the sides of the pan. Also, I need to make some cinnamon sugar. So I have a 1/2 cup or 100 grams of granulated sugar here. And to the sugar, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon and just give this a stir. I suppose you could throw some pumpkin spice in here as well. And here is the dough. Definitely doubled in volume. Once again, I'm going to grease my work surface, which is a marble board. You can buy one of these boards in just about any kitchen supply store. I also think you can order one on Amazon. Punch down the dough, what has a beautiful color because of the pumpkin puree. I'm patting this out into a rough rectangle. Dust the top with a little flour. Then I'm going to roll this out to a 9-inch by 15-inch rectangle. (15 by 9). Then rub the dough with 6 tablespoons or about 85 grams of softened butter. This is a fun job. Here again, don't be stingy with the butter. The butter is the glue for the cinnamon sugar mixture. And then sprinkle on the sugar mixture. As I mentioned earlier, let me know if you have a favorite food from childhood that your parents served during the holidays. This is going to seem like a lot of cinnamon sugar, but trust me, you want all of it. And then, starting at the long end, roll the dough as tightly as possible into a cylinder. Do not aim for a perfect job here. These rolls are going to turn out fabulously, no matter what. And then pinch the seam to seal it. Pinch the ends as well. So I'm going to cut this into from 15 to 17 rolls. Then by hook or by crook, fit the rolls into the 9-inch cake pans. So I have 7 rolls in one pan, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. I think I cut these quite a bit larger than 1 inch, but that's fine. And then I'm going to cover these. Here's 1. Now, if you end up with 15 rolls, you can do 8 in one pan and 7 in another. I'm going to allow these rolls to rise until they have doubled in volume. That's going to take from 30 to 45 minutes. Halfway through rising time, preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees Celsius. While we were busy in the kitchen, Joe Gilbert delivered the Christmas tree. I am very happy with it. Our cinnamon rolls have nicely doubled in volume. They are now filling their pans. So off with the cling film. I'm going to pop the rolls into the preheated oven until they puff and brown lightly. That's going to take about 25 minutes. While the rolls are baking, I'm going to create a simple glaze for them. So what I have here is 2 cups, or about 250 grams of confectioner's sugar. My sugar was rather lumpy, so I'm sifting it. This is one of those old-fashioned crank sifters. I can link this on Amazon if you're into sifting things. The recipe for these rolls will be on my website, and I will link that in the description below. And to the sugar, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup or 60 ml of milk. You could use water if you like, and then whisk. I'm looking for a smooth, pourable glaze, just like this. Here are the beautiful, beautiful pumpkin spiced cinnamon rolls. Just waiting for their glaze. You want to apply the glaze while the rolls are still warm. I'm going to give one of these pans to a friend, and the other pan is for you and me. But before we can dive in, I need to clean my parlor. Before the tree comes into the parlor, I want to give the room a deep cleaning. I start by dusting the ceiling and the walls. Then I vacuum the window hangings with a cordless shark vacuum that I can link below. On a side note, I plan to restore this tilt-top tea table in a future video. Let me know if that would be of interest to you. And finally, I vacuum the carpet and mop the 200-year-old floors. I think cafe au creme is the perfect accompaniment to these cinnamon rolls. It's already 4:14 in the afternoon, so let's spoil our appetite for dinner. This is a well-deserved late afternoon treat. I only make these rolls one time per year, but every time I make them, they always knock me out. They are so soft and delicious. The butter and sugar that we put in the center of the rolls turns to caramel in the oven. These are truly remarkable. And again, I will post the recipe for these rolls in the description below. Next week, we are going to start decorating for the holidays, so be sure to subscribe so you won't miss that episode. I can put a couple of my other videos up here and up here that you can watch between now and my next video. In the meantime, please take good care of yourself. Please consider making these rolls, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.